Om Swastiastu. We are from SGDB1 PSSKPD 2020 second semester. In this occasion, we are going to present our student project entitled Monitoring and Stimulating the Development of Children aged 25 to 36 months. Next. Here's our group members. My name is Nindya, and I will explain the background. Next. The future and the progress of a nation is very dependent on the quality of its children. To achieve the success of a nation, we need qualified future generations. The early days of life is a golden period for child development. The first 5 years of life become a very crucial period since there is a rapid growth and development of the child's physical and abilities. Therefore, this period requires proper monitoring and stimulation so that children can grow and develop optimally. Next. There are some important points that need to be monitored and stimulated in the child's development. They are gross motor skills, fine motor skills, language, and social and independence. These skills are necessary for further learning and academic performance and also support their future careers. Based on the background, we are interested to discuss about the monitoring and stimulation of the development of children aged 25 to 36 months in this student project. Next.
My name is Williem, and I would like to explain about problem formulation, purposes, and benefits. First is problem formulation. The first problem formulation is what is the definition of toddler. Next is how are the characteristics of toddler. Third, how to monitor the development of children aged 25 till 36 months. And fourth, how to stimulate the development of children aged 25 till 36 months. Next. Next is purpose. The purpose of our project are first, to give information about the definitions of toddler. Second, to give information about the characteristic of toddler. Third, to describe the monitoring of development of children aged 25 till 36 months. Fourth, to describe the stimulations of the development of children aged 25 till 36 months. Next. Next is benefit. The benefits are first, give general and specific information about toddler. Second, disclose how to monitor and stimulate the development of children aged 25 till 36 months. Next.
Chapter 2. Next. Hello, my name is Sandy and I will explain the definition of toddler. Dictionary defines toddler as a small child who is just learning to walk or a child who toddles, because the word of toddler comes from to toddle, that means walking unsteadily. Toddler can be considered as a child between 1 to 3 years old, even though some may have different definitions because there is no official age limit for toddler. But most of it considered the end of toddlerhood is when the children are ready for transition to preschool. Entering the second years of life, children start to learn many things like colors, shape, alphabet, walking, speaking, expressing emotions, and etc. They can memorize easily because the growth and development of brain cells is still ongoing in the first 3 years of life. The complex nerve and brain forming is happened because it's affecting the learning process that have been mentioned. That's why growth and development in toddlerhood important, because it's involving a great cognitive, emotional, and social development that determines growth and development in the next period. Next.
My name is Winnie Chandra and I'm going to explain about the characteristic of toddler. Toddler have many characteristics of development like physical development that divided into gross motoric and fine motoric development that occurs. Cognitive development and social development also occur. In gross motoric development, toddlers must be able to walk on tiptoes, jump back and forth, throw and catch a ball, dance to a rhythm, and go up and down stairs while holding on. In fine motoric development, toddlers must be able to squeeze paper with 5 fingers, washing hands, folding and cutting paper, and having a good fingers coordination to hold flat objects. Cognitive development like learning the alphabet and how to count, also able to do the entire process of absorbing information like asking questions, processing and understanding the information. Social development that they begin to understand others' emotion, like showing empathy when others are hurt or upset, and may try to comfort that person, and they also begin to tell how they feel. Next.
My name is Mira, Wrycza, and I'm going to talk about monitoring gross motor skill development. So gross motor skills are the aspect of development which requires movement of the whole body and involves the large muscles of the body to perform functions and movements such as sitting, standing, walking, running, and jumping. Next. So the gross motor skills are important because it is needed for the child to be able to perform everyday functions, such as walking and running, doing playground skills such as climbing, and sporting skills such as hitting a ball with a bat, and catching and throwing a ball. Besides that, these gross motor skill abilities also influence other everyday functions. For example, a child's ability to maintain a good posture while sitting will affect their ability in fine motor skills, such as writing, cutting, and drawing. Next. So a few of the activities that can be monitored for children aged 25 to 36 months are walking upstairs with the rail by themselves, jumping in place, jumping from bottom of the step with 1 foot leading, walking on toes after demonstration, walking with 1 foot on balance beam, walking swinging arms opposite of legs, standing with both feet on balance beam, and kicking a large ball. That's all for me. Next.
My name is Sadam Wibawa. I would like to explain monitoring fine motor skill development. Fine motoric movement are aspects related to the child ability to perform movement that involve curved body parts and are carried out by small muscle, but require careful coordination such as observing something, riding, and so on. Next. Fine motor skill efficiency influence the outcome quality of the text as well as the speed of the text performance. They affect day-to-day text as well as academic skill. Without being able to perform daily tasks, a child's self-esteem can be impaired, their academic performance is disturbed, and their everyday play options are severely limited. Next. The fine motor skill development of the children between age 25 until 36 months can be monitored through seeing the capability of the child to do the following activities. Example, scribbling pencil on the paper, stringing for large beads, helping to pick up toy himself or helping to lift this if request, taking off his or her own clothes, turn paper page, unscrewing a jar, make an 8 to 10 cube tower, and etc. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Karina, and I will be explaining about monitoring language development in toddlers. Next. In language skills, we usually go through an orderly relationship. First, in childhood, we learn to listen to the language, then speak, then read and write. Thus, a series of language skills, acquisition skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The underlying 3 years of life, when the cerebrum is developing and maturing, is the most genuine period for getting discourse and language capacities. Toddlers differ in their speech language improvement. Nonetheless, they follow a characteristic movement or timetable to dominate language abilities. Next. Monitoring speech and language development of the children between the age of 25 to 36 months could be seen through activities such as 1. Has a word for nearly everything. 2. Utilization of few word expressions to discuss and request things. 3. Utilization K, G, F, T, D, and N sounds. 4. Talks in a manner that is perceived by relatives and companions. 5. Names objects to request them or to focus on them. That is all from me. Thank you. Next.
Hello, my name is Dewi and I will explain about the monitoring social and independence development. Socialization and independence are one of the aspects that are related to children's abilities to do something without their mother or someone else. They will socialize and interact with their environment. Between 25 until 36 months, children are having the development of social awareness and intelligence that will become the foundation of subsequent developments. This social awareness and intelligence will lead to their independence. Monitoring the social and independent development of the children between age 25 until 36 months could be seen through their activities such as eating rice alone without spilling, going to the toilet alone, choosing their own clothes, dressing up, cleaning their clothes when it's dirty, and start actively interacting with people.
Hello, my name is Dewa Fony Prema Shanti, and I would like to explain stimulating gross and fine motor skill development. Okay, so for gross stimulation can be seen in a table which is divided into several development stages. The first is can go up the stairs by his or herself, and the stimulation is first is encourage the child to climb, practice or facing some obstacle, and the third is try to get the child to jump far with both feet together, put down the towel on the floor, then teach the children to jump. And the second development stage is can play and kick a small ball. And the stimulation is throwing and teaching, show the child how to throw a ball. Next. Okay, and then stimulating fine motor skill development. The development stage is the child can scribble on paper, and the stimulation are first encourage the child to play puzzle blocks or something else, and the second is create a sticky image, select and classify objects according to their types, matching picture and object, show the child how to match the ball picture with a real ball. And fifth is the concept of quantity. So show the child how to group objects in a number 1 by 1, 2, 3, and so on. And the sixth is playing or staking blocks. Buy or make a set of blocks as your children get older, increase their number. Next.
Hello, my name is Darren. I will explain about stimulating language development. Next. Language development is an important indicator in a child's development because it involves other important aspects as well. Lack of stimulation can cause speaking or language disorder, which could be permanent. Next. During this age, several stimulations can be done by a caregiver towards the child. For example, children are allowed to watch television but under the supervision of the caregiver to make sure that the shows are appropriate and to make sure that the time limit is 1 hour a day. When speaking to the child, caregivers should make sure to speak clearly with good pronunciation. Caregivers can also tell stories and ask questions to the child afterwards to develop an interest in reading and critical thinking. A child's vocabulary should also be expanded. Caregivers can do so by using new nouns and adjectives from daily objects around the child. Next. During this age, interaction is very important. Caregivers can interact with the child by calling his or her full name or tell stories about the child, but make sure that the interaction is both ways. That's why the caregivers should also urge the child to talk about the child's own experience. That's all from me. Next.
Hello, my name is Widya. I would like to explain about stimulating social and independence development. Next. In this stage of age, between 25 to 30 months, 36 months, a child has through some development in the social and independence area, such as eating rice by themselves without spilling much rice and taking off their own outfit. Therefore, parents should have encouraged their child with various stimulation to support their child's development even greater. Next. Based on Stimulation, Detection and Intervention Early Child Development book by Indonesian Health Ministry, there are a lot of actions of stimulation that parents can do to increase their child development, such as, first one, practice urinating and defecating in the bathroom or toilet. Teach children to tell any older person if she or he wants to urinate or defecate, accompanying she or he when they want or tell to urinate and defecate, and teaching how to clean themselves and wash their own dirt. Second, dressing up. Teach children to dress themselves by their own or without others' help. Give children the chances to wear anything they like and facilitate them with some clothes such as hats, skirts, pants, shirts, shoes, and etc. And third, persuade and calm them when they are disappointed by talking and hugging them to give some comfort. Next. Fourth, frequently ask and bring children to go outside and play in the playground, buy something at the shop, go to the zoo, or others. And fifth, encourage and teach your children to clean their own body when it gets dirty. You can also help them while giving them the opportunity to wipe it off by themselves with a little help as possible, as well as dressing up and doing some housework. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Gede Raka Samudra, and I will explain you about Chapter 3, Conclusion. Next. Toddler, based on the Cambridge Dictionary, is a small child who learns to walk or a child who toddles. The age range of toddler is about 1 to 3 years old instead of many definitions opposite with it because it has no definite age limit for toddler. Toddler in the second year of life becomes more active and self-sufficient. At this time, toddler starts to walk, to speak, to get dressed, to express emotions, and to learn more. Walking on tiptoes, throwing and catching a ball, dancing to rhythm, going up and downstairs are several things in a gross motoric development. Squeezing paper with fingers, washing hands, folding and cutting paper, and pointing at things are examples of fine motoric development. At the age of 25 to 36 months, children are having social awareness, and that builds the intelligence up in case of making them independent. Moral development also gets sharp simultaneously. Monitoring the children at this age can be done through their activities such as eating alone without spilling and going to the toilet alone. The toddler stimulation at the age of 25 to 36 months divided into 4 aspects, such as stimulating gross motoric skill development, stimulating fine motoric skill development, stimulating language development, and stimulating social and independence development. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you. Next. These are our references. Next. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time and your attention. We apologize if we made any mistakes intentionally or unintentionally. We will close this presentation with Parama Santi. Om Santi, 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 Om.